Hey there, Silver Tongue Devil here. I hope everybody is enjoying the tournament. I am definitely enjoying this tournament. A quick state of play at the moment. Obviously, I'm where I'm at in the leaderboards. Not particularly happy where we as a team are at. Oh, pedo. So more people need to join my team. Come on, I can't do this all by myself. Anyway, during this video, we're going to cover some of the things that I've been doing to be posting these particularly high scores. Long and short of it is I've been boss rushing. I have been shooting straight for the boss, making a point of bagging the orphan straight onto the boss, kill the boss as quickly as possible, straight onto the next orphan. I'd also add that I'm trying to keep as busy as possible in between. So I'm obviously making use of teleport arrows. During the making use of those teleport arrows, I'm trying to get my shots in if they're particularly long teleport arrows. Special arrows are quite a big part of this as well, so RNG plays a factor also. Okay, let's begin. You've got to be moving, you've got to be shooting, and you've got to be doing those things at the same time. Whilst you're teleporting from one area to another with those teleports, if you've got the special arrows, like Curse of God, Pestilence, Wrath of God, all of these arrows can be fired off whilst you are teleporting from one area to another. They'll then do some work in the background for you. It's not going to be a massive amount of points, but every point counts. Next thing, and I think this is quite an important one, there are 2 times that you should be checking your score and your time. That is, after you have hit the portal to teleport to the next area, and as you are arriving in the next area, if you hold your hand palm up, you will be able to see your score and you will be able to see your timer. You can't move at these stages, so you're not wasting any time by doing that. However, every time you check your timer, you are wasting time. If you're checking your timer, you're not firing a teleport arrow, or you're not killing an enemy or firing off a special arrow. So we mustn't do that. You need to have a big arrow for taking out orphans. Volley 5, Cat 3, Cat 5, even Wildfire 5 will do, but it needs to be one of those big multi-arrow arrows that you can get close in on an orphan, go for that headshot and drop them in 1, 2, maybe 3 shots. And then you've also got a powerful arrow if you need to extract. You can go for headshots. If you're close enough, they'll all land in the head. It's more headshot damage, it's more headshot points, and you can get yourself out of there and you can carry on moving through the level, carrying on going. Good quick example here of keeping busy. I fired the teleport arrow and then I'm going for shots on something else whilst I'm waiting for that teleport arrow to land. So, good old Gabe. What are we doing about Gabe? First and foremost, you want to have that big arrow that we were talking about ready for headshotting as soon as he is taking off. This is unfortunately one of the longest parts about this, waiting for him to land. Once he does land, you need that arrow in hand, cocked, ready, aimed at the head. As soon as that sword twitches and those wings twitch, you need to be shooting. It needs to be headshots, headshots, headshots. I've switched on to Hellfire there, which is a triple shot. And again, headshots, 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 headshots. This is all scoring you points. Also note as well, whilst I'm shooting in there, it's interrupting his attack animation. Sometimes he'll hit, sometimes he won't. We can't be concerned whether he is or he isn't. We just need to do it because we need to be ending him quickly. Okay, so this next section, you'll see that I basically hit the ground running. We need to be down, done, shooting that teleport arrow, firing some other ones off, and then moving as quickly as we can. You need to be through this level like the clappers. We ain't stopping for anything, we ain't shooting at anything. Anything that we do shoot will be curses, pestilence, Wrath of Gods if you've got them. I get them a little bit later on. Keep going, keep shooting what arrows you have. straight across, again shooting, keeping busy whilst those teleports. We haven't got time for shops. Yes, you might have money, but going in that shop and coming back out again is going to cost you time. Another thing you need to know, the Orphan is always going to appear in the second section of Paradise Lost. You need to be familiar with the different locations that they can spawn based on the different configurations. At the very worst, listen out for that laugh. As you can see, I'm struggling here. I can't find it because it's in one of several locations. Got in, get that big arrow, headshots quickly as you can. Double grabbing these arrows, there seems to be a little bit of a glitch at the moment where if you grab an arrow and if you take a hit you'll drop it. Also, a lot of the time if you grab an arrow it will sometimes disappear. For the purposes of this tournament, if I see an arrow that I want, I go to grab it, I let go, and then I go to grab it again. 9 times out of 10 I'll then be able to get back in my quiver. Another little example of doing Gabe here, we want to be teleporting across to his island as quickly as possible because this is one of the points where you will lose the most time. He takes forever coming down, and waiting for those islands to spawn that you have to cross is also a bit of a time waste again. But again, we're waiting to see where he drops. We're getting that big old arrow on for the damage. We're going for headshots here, hit him as much as possible, get those headshots. I then switch over to Hellfire again, I think, and then headshots, 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 headshots. Keep headshotting him. If you keep headshotting him, even when he's doing his attacks, sometimes you'll take hits. A lot of the times you'll see there, because I'm pumping so many shots into his face, it'll actually interrupt his attack animations. This is a point where you've got time to grab things because we have to wait for this to come into play. Even though that island shows that it's there, it's not. Try not to waste firing a teleport arrow across. Teleport to that little island as quickly as you can. Fire multiple to make sure that you get there. As soon as you're on that, teleport to the next one and then out to the next part of the level. The more observant of you will have seen that I just picked up and got rather excited about a Wrath God. Wrath God's great because as you are teleporting you can just fire them off into the level and they'll be doing damage for you, they'll be getting hits for you, they'll be killing things for you. Cupid's Wrath is another arrow that I would take the time to grab because again, whilst you're teleporting you can just wang a load off in the general direction of enemies and it'll get you some points, it'll get you some kills. And there you go, a few things there that are working for me right now. The most important takeaway from this entire video is join Team Matteo. Join Team Matteo. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I will try and put together some proper gameplay. This one's been a little bit slapdash together just to get some scoring techniques out there and just a few examples and a few bits and pieces of some of the things that I'm doing. I will try and get down a full recording run of each of the levels of a reasonably high score. Hitting those high scores, there's a bit of luck involved. The stars need to align a little bit. I'm not always going to be recording, but I'll try and capture what I can. Anyway, I've been Silver Tongue Devil. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for your time.